What's up, everybody? This is Like It's 1985, and this is my review of Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Bumblebee. And this is a fantastic Bumblebee figure. And you don't often hear those two words in the same sentence because we know that Bumblebee figures often are just not that great. But this one is awesome. I love it. It's badass. As you can see here, it's got the spikes coming out of different parts of the car, like the front here. Very, very nice. And of course back here at the rear too. Very, very cool. I love it. Fantastic. And it's got a total of 6 of these projectile missiles that are stored on the side, as you can see there, and on the top. So very, very nice. And these do come out. You can fire them from this weapon up here. You got the standard double stacked weapon here that comes with all of the Bumblebee figures and remolds and repaints from the Transformers Prime line. And the hood section, they seem to have remolded this. It looks really cool if we compare it to the original Bumblebee mold, which is here on the right. You can see the sculpting differences there. So very, very cool. And the weapon here, the new weapon, does come off like this, pegs into there, and you can extend out these wings, if you will. You can insert one missile at a time. It would have been nice to have like 2 ports for 2 missiles. Since you do have a total of 6, you can fire off. So that's pretty cool. You can actually store the weapon like this in wing mode, if you will, for that type of effect right there. So that's really cool. And you'll notice throughout the plastic there is sort of a blood red color. It looks as almost if someone has bled into the plastic as it was being cast. And in my kind of mind, I think of it at like I would imagine that this is the blood of former Bumblebee toy designers that have been put into this particular toy to make it even better. So the blood of former Bumblebee employees or designers have been put into the plastic for the Beast Hunters Bumblebee mold. So you can see more of that red here, and I'll show off some more of that as we go into the transformation because it's more evident there. But very, very fantastic. You can rotate these around. You can have them pointing to the back if you want to. And they look like they can come out, but it's going to be kind of difficult, I think, to get them out. And I'll show you what I mean by that as we look at the transformation. Transformation is the exact same as the original Bumblebee mold. So I don't think there's much more to say about this particular mode until we get into robot mode. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And then at the shoulders here, you want to rotate these spikes like that, so they're pointing sort of at an angle, pointing up like that. So there you go, Bumblebee in robot mode. One of the differences is that this part here does not fold underneath like it does on the original mold, but you can see more of this red discoloration in the plastic there, and especially right there. So that's pretty cool. Well, at least the way I think of it, it's pretty cool. So articulation is the same as the original. You've got rotation at the head, shoulders, elbows, as you can see. The hand itself is cast as one piece, so the forearm, from the forearm down, is all one piece of plastic. You got articulation at the hips, swivel, and a band at the knee. So of course you can arm him with his, his good old-fashioned double stacked blaster here. But of course you also can have him wield this bow type weapon. You can actually have him wield it in his hand like that, and I believe you should be able to, well, you can extend these out like that so it looks more like that actually. But actually you should be able to plug it into the side of his forearm as well. See if I can get that in there. Well, maybe not, because it doesn't really want to seem to actually peg in there and stay in there. I think on the pictures it shows it actually does peg in there. But then you have storage back here. You can certainly store that on his back if you wanted to. So you do have some options there. I really thought you could actually store it, well, I guess a circular peg into a square hole doesn't really work. Yeah, it just kind of falls out. So, but yeah, he looks very, very cool. We can take a look at the new head sculpt here. It almost looks like the eyes have light piping with the blue pupils, but I don't see anywhere whether the light would actually come in, so it might just be effect of the plastic inside there, but it is a very interesting looking head sculpt. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Save this for last. As you probably know by now, the packaging overall, the card itself, is smaller. And the actual detailed bio can be found in the instructions, and the instructions here are pretty substantial. You see, there's actually a storyline that carries across throughout the 4 figures. I guess the story starts here, chapter 1. You can maybe read that, pause it, take a look at that. And detailed instructions, of course. And the nice thing about it is they actually highlight the part you're supposed to work on in red, which is cool. And then on the back they have a transformation from the opposite way, so pretty cool. So yeah, this figure is definitely one of my favorite Bumblebees, along with, I would say, Cyberfire Bumblebee from the Dark of the Moon line. So this is a pretty awesome figure. I really like it a lot, and hats off to Hasbro for actually for once, or not for once, but for on the rare occasion they actually create a very cool looking Bumblebee figure and not just a simple repaint or a simple remold. So fantastic job, Hasbro, very cool, and hope we see more figures like this in the future. Alright, catch you guys later. This has been my review of Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Bumblebee.